In today's video, we prepped the Mazdaspeed3. It's not doing too hot with the paint. There's no coming back from it. I would never rock that paint. It needs to be resprayed, and that's very expensive. It takes a lot of time, and we're giving this car away at the end of March. March 31st, the giveaway's over. I call someone on the first week of April to let you know, hey, you just won a Mazdaspeed3. So if you like that idea, Mazdaspeed3.com. Go check out the links in the description if you want to get entered to win this car. But today, we removed the pinstripes, paintless dent removal, sand parts of the car down to make sure they're smooth, so when we lay the vinyl down, it looks good. I open up some boxes of some Cobb goodies for the inside. I want to make sure whoever wins this car feels warm and fuzzy and get some things that they probably would never buy themselves, like I wouldn't. We make a new vinyl rack in the garage because one I had before I didn't really like, and we kind of got this one out of the way, so you'll see that. All things to get the car ready to vinyl wrap. I consider myself exiting the beginner phase of learning how to wrap cars, and Randall's never done it before, so he's going to learn throughout this process. So look out for the series of videos coming out regarding wrapping this car. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited for Randall to learn a lot, and we've got a lot of the car done by the time I'm filming this, and it looks amazing. The car looks brand new. I'm excited for you guys to see. Let's dive into the process, get this car ready, and then in the next video you'll see us lay down some vinyl. This is day one of prepping the Mazdaspeed. We have an eraser wheel right here, found on Amazon. There's a couple different variations, but this one has like these little like wheel looking things. You want to use maybe that much RPM. You don't want to burn the paint, but this is how I'm going to get this horrendous pinstripe off here. Now, if this was a really nice car, I would not be doing this. There would be a better way, but this is literally baked on here, and this paint is already trashed anyways, so I'm not really worried about it. I just want to get it off without damaging the body. That way it's just smooth, so when I lay vinyl on it, you don't see this line, because any little bump, or there's like adhesive on here still, it'll show in the vinyl. We don't want that to happen. You gotta be patient, but once you hit an RPM it likes and you move this thing left to right, you'll see it start to walk it off. I want to feel this to make sure it doesn't get too hot so I don't burn through the paint and leave a bunch of yellow on here. Oh yeah, when I rip on it, it comes off.
Oh, you need some 80 grit.
Some 80 grit? When it gets stubborn, I just pick up the RPM a little bit and it seems to do it right. I kind of wish I had the regular one. This is the one with the paddle wheels on it. There's the smooth ones. That would probably work a lot better. This one feels a little safer though. It's like a pencil eraser material. It's like a piece of paper when you're writing your essay and you're like, this thing's so trash, you gotta get all your eraser. It looks like it gets this glue off a little bit too if I go hard enough. It's really good for the clear coat.
Really good for it.
Well, I'll be here for a couple days.
So if you look closely right here, the clear coat kind of has a little bit of a lip on it. So we're gonna go ahead and feather all this out so none of this shows whenever we wrap it. I'm using some 320 grit sandpaper.
got the hardware covers for the seat posts, for the bolts. Getting every little detail for whoever gets this car. This thing's gonna be mint. Look at that! The word press used to be black. Now look at it. That is satisfying. A little bit loud in there because Randall is working on getting the rest of the pinstripes off, picking up where I left off, but I bought two things that I normally would never even buy myself that I bought for this car. Let me show you. The first one, and you know I'm enjoying this series when I do stuff like this. Nice little touch. Perfect fit in the windshield. Woohoo!
She's clean.
That dash has made it this far with no cracks or anything messed up, so I gotta maintain that. Oh, we got two more boxes. These are also a bougie purchase. Your standard weather text for the back. But these front ones are where it's at. They're Cobb branded.
Check it out.
Oh, you like that? Pretty clean, huh? They feel like a glove.
You want to do a subwoofer delete in there?
Yeah, because we can put a better one in there. Wire.
With some new seats.
Yeah, when we get the new seats and the steering wheel. Sheesh. If you're thinking to yourself, why would you do that to the paint? What if I want to take the wrap off? This car needs a paint job already really bad, so it's going to need a respray if anything. And to have this thing resprayed black, shop could probably do it for $1,000 to $2,500. So to sand it down and make a wrap look proper, definitely the way to go. The old Sun Joe from Walmart took a dump, so I went and bought another one because she was pretty good to me. I got to build this one real quick. Then we'll get our first major wash underway. Instead of using a clay bar, I've got this new clay mitt I got from Superior Image, trying it out for the first time. Kind of feeling the paint with my hand to make sure it's smooth. The point of this is sometimes you get maybe little pieces of iron or metal or mini rock, like a pebble can get embedded into your paint. You want your paint to be smooth, and sometimes washing it doesn't do that. So you need a clay bar or this clay mitt to get those things off, so that way when you lay the vinyl, there's no like dots or anything like that underneath. See if we can get lucky. says push towards the rear of the car and pull out. Oh, there we go. So to get these out, push towards the back of the car, and on the front of it right here, you're gonna pull towards it. You don't need to pull on the whole thing, and you just pull on this side out. It's easier than you think. So the next thing I'm worried about is not losing my wire. If it's like my old car, there's one down here.
Mazda Master.
So you can pull these fender brackets off. We got new ones. You might as well leave the front bumper off this thing. You want to explain your creation?
So nothing fancy, just a piece of, I think it was like 1x2s. Drilled some pilot holes so these could screw together without splitting the wood, and then I just got a hole saw. I didn't have one close to the 1-inch size, so this one's a 2 1/8. So the pipe will fit sloppy in here, but we'll just put something on the end of the pipe to keep it from sliding all the way through, and it'll work just fine.
We've got this PVC that we use for the electrical for the barn. We had left over, so I cut it to 65 inches because the rolls of vinyl are 60 inches. We did used to have it over here, but we're gonna do something different with the wall there, so now we're gonna mount it at a more hidden spot, and then we'll paint this black and it'll match the ceiling.
It's even rated to 2,000 degrees. I ain't gotta worry about her melting.
It's time we change the color of the Mazdaspeed3. The paint on this thing is no good. You guys saw all the prep. Randall's gonna go ahead and lead the way, opening up our box of vinyl. And for the color, we went with Pearl White, Avery Dennison. You wanna slide it through? What are you doing?
Getting up there.
You need some height? Put it in?
Yeah.
We got our Frankenstein screws to hold this thing in place. Randall's gonna put some on the other side. Breaking in the new guy. Connor, how old are you?
16 years of age.
You like cars?
Of course.
What's your dream car?
I want an Audi S5. I've always loved Audis, you know?
What's a unrealistic but slightly realistic dream car?
That's hard.
Are you like an exotic type of guy or not really?
Like, half and half, to be honest. If it were to be exotic, I'd get like a R8
Uh-huh.
or like a Senna or something like that.
Okay.
But at the same time, I always like JDM, like I always like Supras and stuff. They're so nice.
You work at Chipotle. What's one random or two facts about working at Chipotle you don't know as a customer?
Yeah, every tortilla that we wrap is like 100-something degrees. Sometimes they're like 165. So while we're wrapping it, like our hands are dying. Once you take enough pain, you get used to it.
Training session has commenced. You guys wondering who ships your orders? It's either Connor, me, Randall, my dad, or Matt, as of right now. If you like Mazdaspeed3s, one of the most difficult installs is this blower motor install. You should go check it out before you get into these any further. It'd be good to know what you're getting into so that when you're going out to look for these cars, you know when you have a car like this one that we bought that the blower motor wasn't working, you know what you're getting into because it was one of the worst installs I've ever done. Go check it out. We'll see you over on that video.